Hello, and welcome to Knitting at Tiffany's. This is episode 66. That's what I'm told.
I just checked. It's 66.
I'm Tiffany.
I'm Aryn.
Welcome if you're a new viewer, and welcome back if you're a return viewer. Thank you for joining us again today. Today, this is a podcast about Aryn.
This is going to be the Aryn show. And what are you going to be doing
I'm going to be knitting because I need to finish these.
We never knit while we podcast because it's just... I don't know if it would be distracting for you because I know other podcasts do it, but it would be distracting for me. Like, I don't think I could focus on everything. But you need to finish your socks.
I'm not doing most of the talking today.
She needs to finish her February Desert Vista Dyework socks. We're in crunch time now, and I've got a lot to show. So you're gonna knit.
Yeah, I'll knit,
and I'm gonna talk.
Don't worry, I'll look up.
Good.
I'm sure I still have eye contact with people, and so that I'm not just not knitting.
Can you comment?
I can't not look at my knitting. I have to. Yeah, I'm.
For socks, I can do it a little bit, but like when I'm changing my needles, I need to just
fully there. Yeah, 100%.
But if it was a bigger project, I probably didn't have to, or wouldn't have to. So we are going to start with faux.
Yeah.
I have been lately.
Knitting.
You know how some people are like, "Oh, I've lost my mojo" or whatever. I have not lost my mojo.
She's in overdrive.
I have mojo overdrive. I'm like super mojo right now. So
that's awesome.
I've actually finished. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram at the beginning of the month, I posted a picture of my goals for the month.
Did you? Yeah, I missed that.
No, I don't know. You might have. You probably saw it. But so I posted a picture like I did on the floor.
A long time ago.
Of projects in progress.
Yes. I saw that.
These are the things I want to complete in February.
That's right.
And I think other than the hand spun, which I am working on.
Oh, cool.
I have not only finished everything on my list, but I am like past. Oh. Like I've made.
Wow, you surpassed
I've surpassed and made other projects or made more progress than I was planning to. So I am like past my goals for February.
That's excellent.
So I'm going to start. One of my goals that I had said I wanted to finish by the end of February were my bonus socks. So we've discussed this, how every month I'm doing my DVD pair. And then once those are done, I'm working on kind of a secondary pair just so I have some socks on the needles. And so that over the course of the year, I will have 6 gift socks and then my 12 DVD socks. So January, February, 2 months to do a pair of socks. And so by the end of February, I have finished my secondary kind of bonus pair. These will be for Dennis for Christmas. And this is, I have the other one.
Are you happy with the way they turned out?
I am happy with the way they turned out. This is from...
and you like the pattern still that you did?
I did. Now, I'm going to say, well, you got to knit.
That's okay. I'll take a second out.
So the pattern is from this book here, Socks from the Toe Up by Wendy D. Johnston, I think. And I quite like the pattern. It's the mock cable pattern.
Worms.
And I changed it just slightly to make it easier for my brain.
What did you... Oh.
So I'll try and get close there, but...
Are you allowed to say what you changed about it?
Yeah, because I'm not telling you how, like, the pattern. If you can see the big picture of the sock there, you might notice that on either side of the center, the little twists kind of go in opposite directions. So you were supposed to do, say, on the right side of the center, like right twist, and then on the left side of the center, left twist, let's just say. I didn't want to keep track of that, so I did the same twist across the sock.
I think they look fine. I don't.
Because then I knew every row that was a twist row, I just did the same twist.
I didn't have
to. Yeah, I didn't have to be like, is this the left? Am I right? I have right. So I just did the same twist on both socks or both sides.
And which heel did you use?
I did a Fleagle heel. Okay. And I did it where I separated. I used a separate piece of yarn for back there so that the front wasn't disturbed. Like the front stripes were. Really uninterrupted. Nice. And yeah, this is for my husband who can't be trusted with indie dyed yarn. Croy socks in the Eclipse stripes colorway.
They're nice and sturdy. I like
nice
them.
And sturdy and manly, and
they still have a nice stretch to them.
They do. I took pictures of them on my feet, and they were quite comfortable.
Yeah.
So I like the pattern. Once I got into the pattern, now when I had started these, I said that I was having a lot of trouble with them, and not because of the pattern, but just getting into them. Because it's a pattern sock, I'm not used to doing pattern socks. And my needles were a little too blunt for this type of stitch. Now I ended up doing both socks with the needles I had. The new needles I ordered haven't come yet. No, I ordered some Zings.
Oh, the Zings.
And the 2.5.
Okay.
But I'll be able to use those for a future croy socks pattern, or like if I do pattern socks. But once I got into a groove, it was fine. Like it was
Nice.
fine. Yeah. So I think that's the thing with pattern socks. It's just because I'm not used to them.
Okay.
I'm not used to doing it.
The other socks you made in more patterns, right?
Yeah.
Did you wash them?
Yes, we've washed.
Did they
them.
soften up a bit? Like for me, this is a little bit.
You know what? I
can't say it's
did I wear
rustic,
them? No, I
but
haven't
it's a
worn
little
them.
bit.
I can't tell you that because I haven't worn those ones.
I just thought by feel, like if you felt like if they've, like they're not rough as in like they're, you know what I mean?
I know, but the thing is, it's different. I think sometimes it's different feeling them on your hand and different
Yeah.
on your feet, right? So like, I wore once.
Mine are heavy duty feeling.
Recently, I wore a pair of his socks because I was out of my own pair,
Sorry.
and they weren't like croy, but they were like a Regia or an Opal or something,
Right.
one of those.
Something thicker.
And on my feet, it didn't
It
didn't bother me. It felt like just I had a pair of socks on. And even when I had these on to take pictures,
Yeah.
it didn't bother me. So I think it might be different depending on your level of...
Mine are thick. I won't say that.
I could probably wear croy socks if I wanted to, but I imagine they would soften up.
I can wear
I'm
any
missing
socks.
you.
Anybody
I'm
want to
missing
knit me socks? Anybody knit me socks? I'll wear
Anybody
socks.
want to
Size 8
just
with a high instep.
message her. She'll give you her address, and you can just send her
I'm all for it.
your extraneous socks.
If nobody, if you don't like a pair that you knit up and they're size 8,
Yeah,
I'm
if
more
they're
than
too
happy.
small, yeah, there you go.
I'm way happy
There
to
you go.
take them and wear them,
Because
and
it
I wear
takes
them with
you
pleasure and
a
pride.
while.
Oh my god.
She loves her socks. She will appreciate them.
Okay. I've been monogamous on my sock.
You have
and
been.
honestly, I'm about to kill myself.
Have you knit anything but these socks this month?
Not this month, no.
No?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. I'm a really slow knitter. I think that's really what it comes down to. Even though I try knitting fast, I'm still a slow knitter.
You're slower and you don't have as much time.
No.
So those two things together.
Yeah, they're like they kill each other.
Yeah, it means that you're not as productive.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, I'm slightly faster
And even though I travel this month,
and I have more time.
I didn't have time either.
So.
I had any time on the plane.
Mhm.
I know you have more time than I do. Sometimes I wish I do. But you know what? Then I would be, I don't know if I could sit all day and knit. Like, I don't know if I could sit for 4 or 6 hours. There's some Saturdays, Sundays I like knitting, but it's a couple hours, maybe 2-3 hours, maybe 4 pushing. But I get antsy. I need to get up and move around, and I have to.
I don't usually sit all day and knit, but it's nice being able to just, I'm just going to do, 30 minutes, and then I go do something, and then, it adds up. Like, over a day, 30 minutes to an hour here and there.
That's right. That could be
up.
4 hours of knitting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It adds up.
That would be like 4 days for me, maybe a week. So.
Are you ready for my next one?
I am. I'm excited to see this.
Okay, so
I've already seen this on.
This was one of my bonus projects. I was not expecting to get this done, but I had finished my other things, and I had some hand spun, and I do have this works towards actually. So those socks work to. I think everything I have today works towards my bingo card.
Very cool.
Everything works towards. We'll see. I'll have to go through, but I'm
Very
pretty sure everything works
cool.
towards. So the socks, I want to do 3 pairs of patterned socks this year. That is one of them. This one, I want to do 3 hats, and I want to do 3 projects out of handspun. So this ticks 2 of those partial boxes. Right. So this here, Avery's been wanting an ear flap hat.
Oh,
and so this top part here is handspun. And then this is a bit of stash, old leftovers I had. A chunk.
Isn't it marble?
Marble chunky,
yeah.
Doubled. Because this is quite bulky. The handspun is quite bulky. And this is the Haston hat from by Stephanie Lotvin. And this was so fast. I did this in under 3 hours, and that was with, I had started this part with a different yarn, and then didn't like how it looked with this, and so went stash diving again and came up with this and ripped it out and redid it. So that under 3 hours with all that. And then the pom-pom is just made with I have no yarn left over.
Oh, awesome.
So this was made with the leftovers.
That's a very good project. Though.
Everything, yeah. No yarn. No. Dennis. It's probably Dennis.
It's not birdies. You heard in tweet.
No, I got a new phone and they didn't have birds as
one of the ringtones?
One of your notification sounds. So now I have this boring little ding. Anyway, I like my birds. I miss my birds.
Oh, wow. That's super thick. I knew it was thick.
Now it's thick, and then I made it a bit big. I did the adult small size because I wanted to line it. And you can see there I lined it with fleece.
Yeah. To give it that extra warmth.
Yeah,
Why
so
not?
because I'm like, if you're going to have an ear flap hat,
That's right.
it's going to be for those days that are like super, super cold. And it is a bit big on her, but my intention is for her to wear it. She has this kind of fleece, I don't want to call it a helmet liner, but it's like a balaclava. I'm like, baklava, that's a dessert. I do love baklavas, but this is not what I'm talking about. Yeah, she has a fleece one of those.
Yes.
And so my intention is that she wears that and then this over top. And then her ears have extra.
Oh my god, poor things, like they're
I know, but they send them out and it's cold, right? Like they're in recess.
Really, on that cold day they'll put them outside?
Well, not like super super cold, but they'll still go outside on cold days. Yeah. And this way,
oh my god, our balaclavas that we have when we were little were not like that. They were never fleece. They were like just a knit. So
it's a thin fleece. It's a nice layering one. She wore
kids
it today.
are so lucky now. We probably froze our butts off as kids.
She wore it today. Today is not super cold, but
she's gorgeous out.
She wore it today because they went bike riding.
So just the wind.
So it's actually a very practical thing to have. But so this is big on her, and if she wore it just on her own, it would probably flop off. But the intention is to wear it with the fleece liner, and then also as she grows, that like I could probably put this on, but it would look totally ridiculous.
Would you like me to wear it for you? I could have her head.
You have a small head, yeah.
I do.
Okay, you can model it.
And this goes this way.
Yeah. Let's see. How is it?
Oh my god, it fits nicely.
Totally fits you.
Look at that. Yep, that's my ears. Like my ears are fully covered.
She will
For me, it could be a tad longer. But
she'll be able to grow into it.
Oh my god, it's great.
She'll be able to grow into it.
It almost sounds like I'm muffled. It's so
and okay, so it was. I think it was from toddler to adult sizes. So
is this an adult small?
This is an adult small.
That's why
I
put it 19 inches.
I made it with bigger yarn, right? So that's why I was trying.
The 19 inches is what my head. Oh yeah, another thing. If you ever want to make me a hat, 19 inches. If you can't fit a kid or an adult and you're in between them,
if you make a hat and it's too small for you, but yeah.
This is really nice. I love the hand
She'll be able to grow into it.
I saw you put this on and I thought it was gorgeous. And this is where you added the sparkle thread into it. Yeah, very, very beautiful. And she looks so cute in it. Yeah.
That's pretty cute.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so bonus project.
Nice FO.
And bingo card works towards 2 boxes on my bingo card. And then, and then my final FO, which was a bugger of an FO. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I felt so bad for you.
Oh my god.
I really did. Because I know how many hours and sweat and tears not tears, but how many sweat and hours.
There may have been tears.
Oh, okay. Maybe when you were cutting it and ripping it back.
Actually, that didn't. There may have been internal tears at points, but I'm so glad. It is officially done. Yes. It is done. I'm so glad it's done. Last time I showed, I was working on Dennis's sweater, and I was hoping to get it done for Valentine's Day. And I did technically finish it for Valentine's Day.
Actually, no, you finished. There's no technically. You finished it.
I know, but then I had to undo it and all that
stuff. But that's because Dennis was not the length of what we thought he was.
I finished it for Valentine's Day.
It was done.
And then even when I finished it, I was like, oh, this looks like it's too long, right? And I tried it on, and I'm shorter than him, but like I could wear it as like a tunic with my leggings. I was like, oh, I know this is too long. I know this is too long. But I was like, I'll give it to him, and then we'll deal with it after, right?
Exactly.
So I put it in a box, I gave it to him, he tried it on, I'm like, yeah, it was too long. So the problem was it wasn't as simple as just ripping back and re-knitting to the proper length, because if you remember, there's cat hair on it anyway, I did all these stripes, okay?
Yeah. I like that.
Now these stripes, I used every bit of scraps I had, so there's probably about 30 ends in those stripes.
Oh my god.
And I had woven everything in, and I weave things in really, really well.
Yes, she does.
So I was like, I'm not unpicked, because I'd have to unpick the stripes and then rip out, it was 5 inches, so I'd have to rip out the 5 inches and then re-knit those stripes and re-knit the ribbing. And I was like, I can't do it. If I have to do that, it's going to go in the cupboard.
Oh yeah, you never
for another year,
or
and
10,
maybe 10. I don't know. But I was like, it's gonna go in the cupboard, and I can't deal with it. So what I decided to do was cut the bottom off. So do I have a picture?
Yes.
Let me look for a picture.
You put a picture on your Instagram.
Totally.
But if you want to check out the finished object on her hubby, go to her Ravelry page.
Ravelry page,
and there's a really nice picture.
I won't show it
him.
here because he's a little weird about.
Yeah. But if you really want to check it out, if you don't, then don't. But it looks really good on him.
It fits him really well, and he wore it to work.
He looks really nice in it.
And I didn't feel like, remember the green sweater? And I was like, I was so embarrassed if he wore it out of the house. he wore this to work this week, and I did not feel like, do you really need to wear that to work? I was like,
oh my God, I think it looks
you
amazing
can wear
on
that
him.
to work. So this is what it looked like the day after the evening of Valentine's Day. So I gave it to him, knew it was too big. That's how it looked.
And then she cut
Basically, I cut all the stripes off, and then above the stripes, ripped out the 5 inches, and then I had to put it back together. And it was not as simple as just grafting it because it was seed stitch. So before I took it apart, I did go online to see if there was videos for grafting seed stitch.
Oh.
Because I was like, that's not something I want to figure out on my own. So
Was there?
there was.
Oh, good.
So I was like, okay, there's videos. I watched them. It was very similar to regular grafting. You just had to do a different like sequence.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. So I cut it, I ripped it,
Of course you did.
and then I put it aside for that night. And then the next morning, when Avery went to school and Dennis was gone, I sat down and I grafted it. Now I had to do it twice. It's the first time I did it. This sweater is.
You mean you
It's
had to
the
undo
never
it and
ending.
redo it?
I had to undo the grafting. The never ending problems with this sweater. So the first time I did it, I had left a little bit of blue above that last stripe.
Right.
And you could totally see the line. I think I put a picture of that in my Ravelry, my Ravelry projects too. You could like I was like, I can see it. It bothers me, but I'll wait till he gets home. I'll have him try it on. We'll just see.
Right.
He tried it on. I'm like, no, that bothers me. I can see it. It bothers
He's probably like, whatever. I don't know what you're
yeah,
talking
he
about.
was just like, it's fine, right? I was like, no. So that night, I picked all that out. I cut it again to get rid of the bit of blue that was above that last stripe.
Yeah.
And then the next day, so this is 2 days after Valentine's Day now, I sat down and I grafted it again, and I grafted it so that it was, the grafting is right
On the black.
right here. The grafting goes right along the top of this black line. And
So it's like the one row above, the blue row above the
it's
black.
the exact right above that line. And I
Nice.
think because of that, you can't see it. You can't see it.
I don't see where it's grafted.
No, because
Even when he was wearing it, you couldn't tell it.
no, you can't tell because that line helps disguise whenever you graft something.
Yeah.
Because they're slightly off.
Of course.
It's like a half a stitch off, and so the first time you could tell that you could just tell, and because of the line, you can't really tell. So it is completely done. You saw most of it last time.
Yeah.
It's
I think
completely
looks
done.
great.
It is the perfect length for him. Now I know 16 inches from the underarm is the perfect length for him.
She made a mental note. I wrote that down too.
I've made the note 16 inches. I'm not doing
Yeah.
that again. I think it fits him really well. Otherwise, like his
It looks
shoulders,
stunning on him.
arms, the length
yeah.
of the arms is perfect. The width of the arms
Yeah.
is perfect.
I'd measure the sweater and have everything written down so you
Is
have
it?
Dennis'
It is a
size.
great improvement from his last sweater.
Oh,
I
yeah.
am
This
so
is
glad.
really, really nice. You put a lot of effort into
did.
it, especially with seed stitch.
Yes.
And I like your added personal touches to it.
Yes.
And I think it turned out like
Yes.
when you see that picture, he looks amazing in it.
It
Like,
looks good in it.
yeah, it's like it's a Dennis sweater.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. So I think
Should be
he will
called
wear
Dennis.
it. Oh, what is it called?
Oh
You
yeah,
may
that's
ask.
right.
The Downtown Pullover by Kate Oates.
Yes.
And I think it's available individually, but
Great
I bought the book. It's the Grown collection, and I will probably make at least one sweater for myself out of that book. It's really nice collection.
Maybe one day I'll borrow that book and make
Yeah,
that.
because you like
I
like
love that cable
cabled
sweater
one.
on the front she has. Yeah.
So you like the cabled one.
And I might even do it in a purple like that. I
Mm-hmm.
love that. But if she ever wants to give it up. Don't get me wrong. I love knitting. I just don't like knitting things that take
You want, I know, but
forever.
the thing is, you're more product, and it takes longer for you to get your product.
Yes, I like products.
Yeah, and I like process.
new
I like
products.
process.
Yeah.
So that is my last faux.
Woo! Those were diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Diamonds are girls' best friend.
Because I don't even think we said that when
No,
we started.
diamonds are forever.
Oh no, diamonds are forever. I'm
Diamonds are
sorry.
forever.
Yes, you're
Yeah.
right. My bad.
Forever diamonds.
Best time
Those are my
mine
forever
was
diamonds. So now,
So now we're gonna go into
diamonds in the rough.
Diamonds in the rough.
Yeah, diamonds in the rough. I have 2. I actually have no socks on the needles right now.
Shocking.
I know.
Did you see that face?
Right?
That was a shock face.
Right? It's shocking.
Wow.
And I would only have one thing on the needles if it wasn't for Christy from Relatively Crafty. And I will go into that after I
Okay.
show my first whip.
Okay.
So one of my goals for this month was just to cast on my next Avery sweater. Okay?
That's right.
And so when I finished the hat, I had finished the socks, I finished the hat, Dennis's sweater was done. I was like, you know what? I'm going to cast it on and just get it going. And then next month I'll probably finish it. So this is the pattern here. I have had this in my queue for at least 3 or 4 years. I think it's adorable. And it's a boule, that's how I would say it, boule, by Umi Knits. And it's like a tunic.
You can also pronounce it boule, can't you?
I guess it could be boule.
Depends what it's supposed to,
Right.
if
See it on
there's
the
a
top
meaning
there?
behind it or whatever, but that looks really cute.
Yeah,
Is there a texture on the top of it, or
it's garter stitch. It's just garter
Okay.
and stockinette, and it's got some pleats and it's got some shaping, so it kind of
I see the pleats in the
does
front.
that little.
Wait, so are you actually making it exactly like that? Because Avery doesn't wear pullover sweaters.
It's like a tunic though. She wears leggings. She tops with leggings.
Okay.
I would call this a tunic, and she wears tunics. So yes, I've had this pattern in my queue for ages, and I've even had the yarn picked out for 2 years. Remember when we went to Woolstock, and then we went to Mary Maxim after?
That's right. And you picked out
I
every
picked
color.
out, I knew
possible.
right from the beginning, because there's, if you look at the projects,
Has
there's
that
some
been 2
people,
years?
it's been 2 years. There's people who have done it in like a stripe. Some people have done it with a gray background and then rainbow stripes, and then someone else did it with a black background and rainbow stripes. I'm like, that's what I like. So 2 years ago, when we went to Mary Maxim, I picked out all the colors for this, and it's been sitting in my stash since then. So
I actually got to help. I remember picking as many colors. You did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
So
that was
I
a fun trip.
finished the body.
We had Pokeroo with us too.
Pokeroo was with us. That's right. I finished the body.
Oh wow, that was quick.
Okay, so there's the top.
Look
and
how
those-
pretty. I love the
You
little
see the
pleats
pleat?
in
See the little
it.
pleat?
Oh my
And
god, that is
there's-
so cute.
There's a pleat on the back, and as well as
Yeah.
a neck opening. So this is the back. It's going to have a little button. And I love when sweaters do this, especially pullovers, because you don't have to worry about the head being too big. Or, yeah,
Or too small.
Their
head too big.
Their head too big, the neck too small. So I love when patterns do this, even for like older kids. So this is the front, and it's got the little pleats.
I love it.
And then
It's a nice
I've got a
one.
stitch marker here holding it together, but there's a little flap here.
Are we gonna be putting pockets?
There's
in it?
pockets, yeah.
Pockets
Okay.
is.
So there's a little flap here where you put a button, and it's supposed to
You
go.
need to hold that.
No, you keep
Okay.
knitting. You keep knitting. It's supposed to go in more at the hips, and I don't really like that. So I did less.
Oh, so it's more bubbly.
it's more
then.
like a bubble. I don't like those
Yeah,
bubble
when it-
dresses and stuff. So I did less decreases than the pattern stated. That's the only change. Oh no, that's not the only change.
I was gonna say that can't be only.
I know, but the other change I made isn't very big either. The black up here is garter, and the original pattern has you do gartered like down to where the pink is here. It's really big garter section. And when I looked through the projects, I thought a lot of them looked poochy there. Like it looked like it
Yeah, I can understand.
puffed out, and I didn't like that. So I did a smaller garter section before starting the stripes, and I did less decreases here because I didn't want a bubble skirt. And then you'll see there's a little opening here.
Like it. Pockets
So I'm going to be picking up and making a little pocket, and I'm going to be doing it in this color here.
Oh, very
So
nice.
the one that you see,
So
the
it
coral,
matches
the coral up here,
Yeah.
that's going to have coral pockets.
It's funny that. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Did you say this was a coral at the top?
No,
Look.
this is the coral
Oh,
here.
okay. Because I was gonna say that looks.
This
so
is pink.
That's-
Yeah, this is
that's
pink.
what I
I'm
thought.
doing the pockets in the coral.
And they're gonna do it. So, oh, okay. But I thought this was. That's what I said. This is pink down here, so you're not matching them.
No, I'm not
That's
matching.
why.
I'm not
Okay.
matching the pink down there.
That's where I got confused.
I'm
I
doing
thought it was
it
just
in the coral. And then all it
That's
needs
gonna be
is
nice.
sleeves, and the sleeves aren't very long. They're just maybe like here. They're mid-length sleeves. So
They're 3/4, aren't they?
not even. They're
Oh
shorter
no,
than
no,
that.
they're shorter than elbow.
Yeah, they're above.
And
Yeah,
you're gonna keep. And that's a worsted weight
They're-
though, isn't it?
it's DK.
Oh, it's DK.
Actually, I think it's supposed to be done in worsted, but I'm doing it in DK. So I think I'm doing the 7/8, and I would usually not make her a 7/8. I would make her a 5/6.
Yeah.
But I'm doing the 7/8 in a DK weight. And I had to kind of go, like, for my raglan depth, go based on other sweaters I've made her, because this pattern goes by rows, not inches.
Oh, I see.
And because I'm using a different yarn, it would be different rows. So
Right.
I just went based on another sweater. And she tried this on. You can see that on my Instagram too, and it fits her really well so far. So this is going to be super cute over some of her like rainbow print leggings, or her, she's got like black stars and stuff. She got all these cute leggings. This is going to be super cute. I'd probably
Really
finish
jeans.
this week
Yeah.
if it wasn't for my other whip.
Oh, something even took your attention away from this because
Yes.
this is a fun knit. And look at how much you've done.
I know.
Like you really
3 days. I think this was about 3 days. And I would have worked on this last night. And like I probably would have had the pockets done last night if I had worked on this last night. But I cast on a new project. And like I said, it's all Christy's fault.
All right, so
and this works, the way this works towards my bingo is because I want to do 3
Avery
garments for Avery. And it will also eventually help with my, I want to do 3 doll garments. I'm going to make a doll dress, a mini version of this.
How cute. She's going to love it.
I'm going to make a mini version of this for her doll.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, with all the leftovers.
She'll love that.
So in my bingo group in Bling Your String, Christy from Relatively Crafty posted her bingo card. And she has almost 1 row complete.
Oh my God.
So the square that's left,
knitting.
the square that's left for her bingo row, for her
Yeah.
first row to be complete, is to make a sweater for one of her daughters.
Wow.
And so I was like, oh, you should just cast that on, get it done, because she's a really fast knitter too. And then you'll have your first row, right?
Yeah.
And then she posted a picture of the sweater she wanted to make. And I want to make that one too. That's the other one I want to make this year for Avery, right?
That's funny.
So I was like, oh, I want to make that sweater too. I was like, we should do it together, right? And then the next picture she posted, she had cast on.
Oh, and then Erin's like,
And I was like,
I gotta do that now.
I did. I called her a little bugger, and I was like, oh, you little bugger, you cast on already, right? So I was like, well, I have to cast on now because you've cast on.
It's a challenge.
So this is the pattern here. It's
I
called
like that.
Arctic Coast by Gabrielle, I think, Dansnit. I'll see if I can get her name up at the top. Okay. So there, Arctic Coast.
I like that.
There we go. There's the information.
I
And
was just looking at a cardigan.
I've been wanting to do this one too. It's on my list for this year. And I want to use all scraps. That was my plan. So
That'll be awesome.
go through all my DK scraps and just put something together like these stripes. I'll show you another picture version of it. It's so cute.
Oh, how adorable. I like how they match the buttons to the color section.
Yeah, I'm going to do that too. So
Yeah.
that's another version there. So you can see there's like, you pick a whole bunch of colors and you do like 2 stripes of each color and then you kind of change and just
You
it
could
looks
do one
really
strip
nice.
of any color. You could do whatever you want.
You could do whatever you wanted, but I'm doing 2 stripes of each color. Now, my stripes are not all the same width because I'm using scraps.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
And
either.
I had a plan originally, like, oh, I'm going to do so many rows of the stripe and then 2 rows of the vein and then so many rows. But some of my yarns have like run out before that. So I'm just going with it. Just going with it.
Well, Chloe, whatever turns out, one she'll
I'm
love.
really liking it so far. Okay, so this is my main color. Do you remember what this is from?
That's your main color.
Like the one that's going between the
Is
stripes.
this your sweater? Is
This
that your
was my
leftover
sweater. This is my leftover sweater because I
Yeah.
had almost 1 full ball. And then the rest is
my
all
God.
Avery scrap projects. Avery project scraps. Anyway.
That looks awesome so
This is
far.
what I
It's
have
top
so
down
far.
your knitting.
It's top down. So this is what I have so far. Okay. So I cast on last night.
You did all that last night.
No, I cast on last night, and I think I got down to this speckled, the end of this speckled stripe here, and then I've done from the green down today.
Nice.
Okay, so I'm using the blue as my main color, and then I've got this one was, remember I did that Hello Kitty sweater for her?
Yes.
That's from that. I've used, this scrap is gone. None
Oh
of
my
this
God.
left. This one here,
Green.
I will probably link to all the previous projects in my project page, but this green was from
God.
something I made her when she was like 1.5 or something. This green, all gone. I've used every single scrap. Now I'm on to the pink. This is all I have for the pink. So I measured all my scraps and I'm using them from the least amount I had to the most amount I had. So this pink should take me to where I separate for the arms.
Okay.
So I should be able to use all of this pink in the yoke of the cardigan. And then
That's really nice.
my next color is going to be purple.
Oh, nice.
And then I'm going into this. Remember, this was from, these two were actually from that
that sweater.
where I did all the crazy colors.
The threes? No.
It was
Yeah,
the flower one.
Yeah, but it's part of that
It was part
collection.
of the, it was part of the Child for All Seasons.
That's what it is, Child for All
And it
Seasons.
was like the spring design
Yeah, it was like a cardigan.
cardigan. It had
Yeah.
flowers. Anyway, I don't remember, but these two
I
were from
remember
that.
that.
So
Yeah.
these are the next ones. And then I'm going into this turquoise.
Nice. That's pretty.
This was from, I think, her Sebago Cove. And then I'm going into this one.
The yellow.
This
you
will
did
be
a
the
bunny
bottom.
sweater in.
No, this was
Oh.
from that. It went with the green.
Oh, it was still
yeah.
with the part of the cardigan.
It was part. No, this was part of that green. The thing I made her. It was a little tank top when she was like 1.5.
Oh.
So that's
that
the
looked like
leftovers
the
of
yellow
this.
that you used in the almost in that cardigan that you
It's
made.
deeper than that.
Oh,
I think. Anyway, it wasn't from that project.
That's really pretty though.
So these are all scraps. I'm hoping that I will use most of these by the time I'm done.
And if you weighed it all out to make sure it, or is it?
Well, what I did is I weighed what I had, and then I went through the projects. And there was one project who also did a 5/6, and because she was a tester, she listed all the grams that she used.
Oh, very cool.
And so I based it on that. And I'm a little short on some of them, but very close. So I figured with what I had, I should have enough, based on her her estimates from her pattern. So, and I was watching, Moira from Knitting and Stitches. I was watching her today. She just put up a new episode.
I haven't watched it yet.
And it's been going on for at least a year or more. She has I Want My Value Cal, where you can enter anything you've made using leftovers from another project. Totally entering this because this is all leftovers.
It's all leftovers.
All
Why not?
leftovers from another project.
That's awesome.
Totally making this. And yeah, so this works towards my bingo because it's another garment for Ravelry. And because this is all old stash yarn, it will work towards my old stash.
I was going to say you're using old stash.
I'm trying to use 1,000, no, not 1,000, 10,000?
Forget what it was.
1,000 grams?
1,000 grams.
1,000 grams of yarn from before 2017.
Yeah.
So this will work towards that. So that was that. Is that? I think that's all my whips. It's your turn.
Yeah, no, you need to talk for a few more minutes.
A few more minutes? What are we going to talk about? I don't know what to talk about.
I got a few more stitches to go and then I could show these.
Okay.
And
well,
then,
I can work on one. I can't really work. Our gauge is a little different.
Oh my god. She knits super tight and I don't.
I don't knit super tight.
Oh my god. The odd time, okay, not that I'm complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm just stating. The odd time she does my toes and I have to go and finish, continue from them, I can barely get my needle through. They're so tight.
I make
but I love them. Don't get me wrong.
Sock.
Yeah.
That wears well. Because if you look at the rest of my knitting,
I don't complain.
This is
I love
not
all my
tight.
socks.
And you know how if you're watching some people, is it Leslie or Laura who's a super tight knitter?
Laura.
And she says that she has to go up or no, she's loose because she has to go way down.
Laura's loose. Leslie's tight. Sorry, ladies. That makes sense. Love you both, but not.
But you know how they have to change needles to get gauge? I never have to do that. This is a 4mm on DK yarn, so I'm not a tight knitter.
Oh my god! And she doesn't even tension her yarn.
I don't tension my yarn.
Don't you just want to hate her because you love her?
I've actually posted some videos on Instagram of me knitting.
And
I've had people are like, "Are you just holding your?" I'm just holding it.
She literally does this and holds her yarn like this. And that's it, and she knits.
You'd think I'd have a really loose gauge, but no.
I wrap my yarn around 4 million fingers, and
I don't get that. I'm like, that's got to be super annoying.
I don't know. It works fine for me.
But yeah, I have a really nice tension.
She does. She really does. Yeah. So my socks that she makes me always fit perfectly, so I'm not complaining.
There you go.
Okay, so my one and only.
Yeah.
My one and only. I have to say, this is a Wednesday. It's the color from Mean Girls. I love it. I love it. And it's blingy. Sorry, I'm covering your face. And it's blingy. I don't know if you can see the bling, but you probably can. I love it. I got heels. Okay, there's my heels, people.
She's close.
Yeah, I got heels in. I love the colorway. I love her yarn. And I noticed that there's a different, I guess it would be gauge. Not that I'm counting gauge, but tension. What is it? I knit the same number of stitches, but this is a wider sock for me for some reason. Because it's on her sparkle base, so it is wider, but it still fits me fine. It's not like it's baggy or too loose. It still fits nice. It's just not as tight as my other socks fit, which is fine. But I love it. I love the colors. This could be my rainbow colorway. I could totally do this. This would be a rainbow for me. It needs a little bit of blue in there. That's why I think I need blue. So I'm almost there. I'm almost done. I need a few more inches on here, and then I can cast off and or do cuff and then cast off. I did a Flegel heel for this, and because I love my Flegel heel. So I did a Flegel heel, and I had an extra ball because when I was winding yarn, I wound a little bit of separate to make my color start properly. I took off a ball off each, and it worked out perfect. So I had just enough to start doing the pink, and they match pretty damn close.
They're pretty good, and they're in the back of your feet.
Yeah, they're pretty really close. But you can see there, you kind of see. Yeah. And I love them. So they're almost done. They're almost.
February is your hardest month.
Well, yes, they are because it's a shorter month, but also I can't stand knitting on something for so long.
She's getting bored of the
I'm
socks.
bored.
Yeah.
I'm bored of knitting just because first of all, it's just plain knitting. That bores me. There's no texture, no pattern. Maybe I should have put a pattern.
But then it would have taken you longer.
This,
I think it would have taken you longer if it had a pattern.
I know, but I didn't want it to take away from it. Someone else is
Maybe
doing
if you just had done like a cable along the side.
That's what the one girl did. I forget, Styling something she's called on Instagram. She's also knitting the same colorway. Funny, she's actually knitting it reverse. So I started with the purple where she, so I'm going this way where her socks go like this way kind of thing. But it's kind of neat. So she did like one cable pattern down. And it's really pretty, really pretty. But I like them plain. These ones I do. I love plain vanilla socks. But I'm happy.
You're just getting bored of them.
I'm just getting bored of knitting the same thing around and round and round and round and nothing else to them. But I still love the colors is what keeps me loving them and knowing that I'm almost done.
And you're almost done. And then you only have one more month.
One more month.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I don't know, we'll see how the month goes, but maybe I can find a little bit more knitting time in there.
I think
where I could finish those in less, like that 20 days. I was good with that. What was it, 22 days?
Yeah, you finished in 20 days, and then you had a week and a bit to work on something else.
I enjoyed that.
And I think that would be perfect for you.
Yeah. I want to knit stuff I want to knit now. Not like, I love doing this, and I love being part of doing this whole cal for the Desert Visit Dye Works. And 3 months is my max. That's it. I'm done after that. But for me, I want to knit stuff that I want to knit now. Like I have hats I want to knit. There's shawls I want to knit. There's
projects you want to
whips
finish.
I want to finish. Yeah, I have. Yeah, I just pulled them all out today. There's 2 things for sure. Like my Wonder Woman shawl, I definitely want to finish.
You're so close to finishing that.
And my Typhoon shawl. Now that there's a revamp for that.
Can I say something? I'm ripping my nail.
I knew you were going to.
Yeah. You know.
Of course I do. Yeah, because the minute you don't keep knitting on something, you're done.
Yeah.
Like when you did the poppy cowl.
I'm not ripping that out.
I know, because you want the
finished product, and I know I will wear it.
And you love the fact that you learned something new. There was a new technique in there of the double knitting. But yeah, I know that you haven't ripped it out yet was because you want that.
Because I do want that finished product, and I know I will wear it because I have a gray coat, and it's gray and like a it's not burgundy, but it's like a pinky reddy color. Yeah. Whereas the Typhoon shawl, I love that pattern, and I really wanted to use it with that yarn. Yes. But I was telling her I was going through my whips recently to get rid of ones that I just know I'm not going to finish, and the Typhoon is one of those. I'm like, I don't see myself wearing it. I'm not a shawl wearer, and now that I'm knitting myself socks, I'd rather have that white birch fiber arts for socks.
That's right.
And the other one is like a Volmise, and I'm like, it's done. I'm ripping it out. Sorry, we're not going to be shawl buddies.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah. I want to finish that shawl because you put out a new revision for it, and I'm hoping I don't have to rip it out. I'm hoping I can continue where my revision is and keep going. But I really do like that, and I will wear that shawl.
You will wear it.
Yeah, I will. So that's all for me for whips.
So we're going to do our soon-to-be gems?
And so let's do our soon-to-be gems for March.
Yes, our DVD selections for March.
The last one for March.
Not for me.
No, you're going to go, what, 6 months?
I'm going to try. I'm trying for the whole year.
Nice. Yeah. I can see you do it. If you keep doing what you're doing now is
so far it's working.
Concentrating on it, it is working for you.
It's working for me.
And as long as you know.
Bare minimum, I want to get to the free skiing 6 months.
6 months.
But I'm trying for the whole year.
3 months is good.
Yeah.
I can't. Unless I can knit socks in like a week, there's no way I
think even if you could do it in 2 weeks, you would be okay.
Yeah, there's just no way.
Okay,
no
so
6 months. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Woohoo!
So this is what we're using.
I got it.
Yours looks very similar to the one you are working on.
I know. This one's called Unicorn Frack.
Yeah.
And it is similar. Yeah, I have to say. I love my
It's your colors though.
This, see
has
that?
blue in it.
That would be my ultimate rainbow. It has blue and different pinks and white, and it is there is purple. Mm-hmm. It's like a purpley pink in there. It's not as dark as the other purple. It's kind of it is missing black and white. But
okay, so indie dyers out there, striping indie dyers. If you can make one that has,
there's people that have.
I know, but like I'd say 2 shades of pink, a turquoise, a gray, a black and a white.
Yes.
Call it Tiffany. Call her up.
Yeah.
She'll probably buy it. Maybe not this year because we're on our
I have an Etsy gift card. I almost bought a pre-order the other day. By the time I figured out they want Canadian, it was going to be $40-something for the skein of yarn with a mini,
with the shipping,
and then plus the shipping was $55 or something
for
like that
for
a skein of yarn Canadian. And then I would have probably got dinged for duties.
Yeah.
So that could have been made like
another $20.
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say that would
because it's $10 just for them for the privilege of paying that.
Yes.
And then it's the tax on top of that, so it's about $20. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So you need to find someone. Okay, so indie dyers in the UK
or Canada.
UK or Canada who can put
Canada
together.
shipping's $13.
I know, but you won't get duties.
Right. But as long as they're around $30, I'm still paying then $40-something for a skein of yarn.
Yeah, but it would be your like.
Oh yeah, totally be
your
my
perfect
color.
striping. You got to find someone and see who will do custom.
But this one I'm excited with
Yeah,
because this one I'm going to do toes with. I don't know if I'm going to do heels with it. I might because if I do the fleegle heel, where I might do the and then the cuff. I'm excited for this. And this is I said this is called Unicorn Wrap, right?
Yeah, Unicorn Wrap, and mine is Pure Max. So this is the one I'm going to do. Someone else was doing this as their February pair.
Yes.
And I really like how it knit up. So
I saw someone doing this too, and the bright and pop of color. I was just like, oh, I got to do this.
Yeah. So these are gonna be for me.
March is like spring to me, so it's gonna be fun. And because you have the dark in there with the because I was gonna say the dark is like coming out of winter, and all the pops of color are
There's like that lime.
I love it,
and it's got a peach in it. And I'm not usually a fan of peach, but something about it with all these other colors is just really cool. I really
she has a colorway suit that has a peach stripe in it.
Yeah.
And I really like it. I
think I have another one that has peach in it, but I really like this one. Yeah. I'm very excited. I need to get wound up, and then I think I'm going to do what I did last time and put it into a handball.
I did handball. Ball. Did you see my handballs?
Yeah.
Okay, that was a little wonky now.
You got your two balls? Your two balls.
One's
a little smaller than the other.
Yeah, you notice? They're not even. I don't think any balls are even. No. But it's because I tried splitting them as close as possible.
I've never been able to.
That's what it was.
Like split.
I had to break this one because there was there was actually a knot in it. First time ever had that. So that's where I used my extra from. That's what it was. That's why I went smaller than the other.
No, I'm gonna wind these and get them ready so that I can start the anticipation of starting on March 1st. And March 1st is a Thursday, and Friday is not a PA day, so I will have 2 straight days. So again, my goal is to get all my business stuff done by Wednesday. Yeah. I have a bunch of clubs that go out. I have a whole bunch of stuff. I want to get it all out by Wednesday so that Thursday and Friday I can guilt-free sit and get as much done of these socks as I can.
Oh my god. You might actually have them done by the Monday.
Yeah. I have an update too.
Oh, do you have?
I don't have a lot of updates.
Is this for your
I have a collection. No, I have a new collection that I've been working on. Okay, new collection. I've been working on of cartoon favorites. So think Disney, Hello Kitty, Muppets. I don't think I have any princess stuff.
I was thinking Disney.
Sorry, Disney as in Mickey. Mickey, I have some vintage Mickey type fabric.
Oh, cool.
So childhood favorites, I have this all done. I'm going to be doing sock blanks and yarn in the Muppet colors, like Muppet theme colors. So I'm hoping Wednesday I'll be sending out an email for that March 1st. That update's going out too. And my March sock blank of the month, that's going to be going up too. Whole bunch of stuff. So
oh my god, you're busy.
I have to do that all by Wednesday so that Thursday
you can cast on.
I can cast on, yeah.
You know what's coming up into March? You're vending this year?
End of April.
Was it
the Frolic?
Frolic.
Yeah, I'll be.
Yeah, but March starts when you start doing all your knitting or sewing for.
March is when I have to I'm doing a little bit. I'm doing a little bit every day.
That's good.
Like as I'm working on my bag clubs, I'm also making stuff for the show.
Very cool.
So
look at she's preparing herself.
See. April 1st, I'm gonna have to do a kind of where am I at and how much do I have to freak out now? Okay. That's where I'll be in April.
You should that one.
Yeah, it's always a freak out. I'm very much a last minute person.
And last year was a little bit.
I get a little better with each show. A little better.
You do. Yeah. It's planning and organizing and following through.
I'd rather be
hold yourself accountable for making your stuff being done on certain deadlines and punish yourself by saying, "Oh, I can't knit if I don't get this done." Then you will don't do it.
No, but I can't do that. Sometimes I just want to knit. And then I just leave it to the last minute and go crazy. Okay, so I have one more string to be jumped.
Too.
So I mentioned earlier that I like to have my DVD pair and then a bonus pair.
Yeah.
And so I've picked out my bonus pair for March and April. So my goal is to get that bonus pair done over 2 months. So one sock per month. And so I've picked out my bonus pair for March and April.
People, do you look what she's doing? She's flipping through a book.
Okay, bingo!
A magazine.
Again, because one of my squares is to do at least 3 patterns.
Yes.
That use books or magazines that I already have. And this is from, I don't think it has, does it have the date? It just says issue 63.
Oh,
I don't
very
know
cool.
when it was from. I'd probably have to look.
I have one of those, but I don't have the actual.
I have one.
online,
I think this is the last one. So I have issues 1 through 63.
Do you really?
I do. I'm trying to see if it has anywhere when it was printed.
I had to buy one online for the hat that I wanted to do a few
I
years
probably
ago.
have it.
You probably did, and I didn't even know that.
I can't find a year right now. I'm not going to look for it right now. But I went through. Here we go. I went through.
She's like, I'm not doing this, and there they are.
I went through my Ravelry library.
Oh, good.
And so I went through the pattern thing, search, and I said socks, and in my library, go. And this is what came up. And so I'm going to be making these Arkin socks. So I'm going to be making these socks here. So you can see that they have just a cable at the top, and then they go into kind of a ribbed foot. These are top down.
I was going to say, they look like they're a top-down sock.
These work in multiple ways. For my bingo. See, I totally bingo. Okay, so these work. I want to do at least 2 pairs of top-down socks this year.
That's right.
This works for one of these. I want to do at least 2 pairs of pattern socks. That works for one of these. And then the yarn I picked out.
And then knitting from a magazine or a book.
Knitting from a magazine or a book. It works for that.
There's 3 right now.
And then the yarn I picked out is pre-2017.
There's 4.
I think it was December. It was one of my Rosie's moments, and I think it was December 2016 that I got it. Remember this one?
Oh, I love that colorway.
Okay, so this was the Christmas one from 2016.
It's that gold and silver.
It's got it's a silver stellina. So I don't know. Let's see here if we can try and I don't know if you can see this.
We might not be able to see it, but when you watch it, you'll be able to see it.
Can see it. Maybe once I start knitting the socks, you'll see it. But there is a silver stellina in there, and it's kind of like golds, silvers, and creams. And I'm going to be making these for my brother's girlfriend. So these are going to be her Christmas socks for next year. I think she'll like these.
And you're doing them top down.
I'm doing them top down. And they are in my trappings and trinkets bag. Do you know she has a podcast?
Yes, I saw she has a podcast.
Watched it?
Not yet. I just was catching up this past week I was catching up on other people's because I was a little bit behind.
I've started watching her and she is delightful.
Nicole.
I really like it. Yeah, Nicole. I really like her podcast. So I've added it to I've subscribed and it's on my So
nice.
check it out. If you're looking for a new one, I haven't watched it yet. She's a very nice podcast. So and she has a very nice bag. So this is in her bag. Okay, so those are my soon to be gems. Those will be cast on for the next episode.
Excellent. Well, mine will be
yours will be cast on for the next episode too,
right?
Yeah.
Yes, because I'll have my new socks casted on. These will be finished.
Yeah, these will be done. They have to be done.
Oh my God, they have to be done.
Yeah. So I have my one. I just have one little bit of enabling, and then
I got no enabling because we're not buying.
We're not buying yarn. I have still been so tempted.
Oh my God!
So
I started following some even new dyers. And
so what have I seen lately that I was very tempted? You know what is it called? Was it called Perfect Yarns? Perfect? Regia Perfect?
Yeah, I think that's the one.
They've come out with a kids line. So tempted. But I resisted. And then there's
Don't you have gift cards for Etsy?
No, I don't. No, I don't. I told Dennis, I'm like, if you're ever looking to I told him, I'm like, I'm not buying things this year.
Even a gift for like, hey, honey, here's a gift. Etsy card.
It's like, I'm not buying things this year. So I'm like, if you want to get me at any point a gift for something, Mother's Day, birthday, whatever. I was like, Etsy gift card, because I'm like, I'm not buying things, so, But, so last time I mentioned that I had ordered a pin, my first enamel pin. I'm not really a pin person, but I saw this one while searching Etsy, and it spoke to my inner recluse. All right,
I can't see what it says.
There we go. You see it?
No, because it's reading backwards.
Okay. It's too peoply outside. And it's just black with the gold metallic, and it's from Makeology.
Oh, yes.
Who is Canadian. So the shipping is very reasonable because it's just this little flat little thing. So yeah, that's what
I could totally,
because that's how I feel a lot of the time. And I plan on making another crochet project bag, and I will be putting this on there.
This is Aryn.
Yeah, this is totally me. It's totally me.
There's a lot of other people that are like that, but
some people say they're like that.
Don't get me wrong,
but they're not. I'm like that.
Here's that whole stereotyping thing again that I don't like to talk about because everybody stereotypes introverts, extroverts. I really don't believe in that. I think every person's their own person because even myself, so-called being an extrovert, I enjoy my own time by myself.
Yes. But see, this is how I break it down. I was trying to explain this to Dennis, right? Because I think people put certain, like, oh, if you're introverted, you're like this, and if you're extroverted, you're like this. And the way I break it down, it's very simple. An introvert, if given the choice to be around people or to not, will choose they'd rather be alone.
Right.
Or it's not even that, like how they recharge themselves. That's what I think more. So like if you get, you know,
I agree.
If you get charged up and you enjoy being
you need to be
around people, if that's what gets you going, you're more extroverted. If you're an introvert, you might like being around people, but you need to be alone afterwards to recoup. Downtime. Well, yeah. So Dennis, like, he's a quiet man, but he likes being around people, and he likes going out, and that's how he gets his, like,
that's where you guys are opposites.
That's where we're opposites. Whereas me, I can be around people. I'm not, you know.
But Aryn, I can't wait to get home.
I can't wait to get home, and
you
give me any opportunity to be home alone. Like when Dennis is out doing his soccer, I'm like, yes. That's where my choice. If you gave me a choice, okay, you have a choice to go to this gathering, or you have a choice to stay home alone and do your. I'd be like home alone.
Aryn stays home alone.
100%. I would always choose home alone. It would have to be a pretty.
Well, let's say it has to be a knitting thing. Let's say
it have to be, but it would have to be a pretty tempting
something like
ice cream, maybe. I don't know. Like if you were to say, let's go out and get some ice cream, I was like,
let's go out for dessert.
Maybe dessert. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, see, that would work. You know, but to say like
9 times out of 10, I would rather be home. Whereas extroverts tend to enjoy being around people more. It doesn't mean that they don't like their alone time, and it doesn't mean that introverts don't like being around people. But it's just they have a preference the other way if given the choice.
Like when we go to Frolic, it is so crowded in there. Like it's packed like sardines crowded. That's why I don't go anymore in the morning, because I don't need to be like this up against somebody.
There's nothing that you need so desperately.
And I'm sorry, it's yarn. Like if I miss out on, okay, then I didn't really need it. I missed out. Or if I can always order it afterwards. It was like when there was only that one company, but the time I got there, they were completely sold out, and I was heard they were sold out by like 2 hours into it. And that's where I wanted to get some yarn from. They were on my list.
Yeah, but they're not your colors.
They're very muted.
They're very muted.
I know.
What's wrong with you?
Because I wanted something from them. I would have figured out what to do with it. Maybe added to
maybe
something
a gray.
else.
Maybe they have a light gray or something.
But it's like for me that I need downtime afterwards.
I'm exhausted after the Frolic.
Oh my god! Like you're vending all day and then setting up, and then you're with all these people and you're talking and mingling.
It's very people-y.
It is very people-y for you.
Me.
And you have people that come up and hug you and. Yeah. You know, it's a lot for you. But even for me, I find like when I leave there, I'm exhausted because it's crowded and I don't like the crowds. Like I don't like.
And it's just very like
it's loud,
busy in your like it's just very like busy.
Yeah, like
your
you can't hear your head think.
You can't,
Anyway.
But we love it, so
we do love it, and we go, and of course we're going.
Yeah, and let's see, I got into the new one in May.
Oh, is this the one in
Fenland Falls? Fenland Falls.
It's in Fenland Falls.
I got into that one.
Very nice. Congratulations. And when is that? Sorry, you said May? June when?
9th.
Okay.
I will be at that one. The fiber. No, wait. Kawartha.
Yeah, it's Kawartha Lakes.
Yeah, Kawartha Lake. I'm just trying to think of the official name.
She likes Kawartha Lakes ice cream.
I do. There's one coming to Newmarket. Anyway, we're getting. Dennis told me in our local paper. He's like, "Oh, there's a Kawartha Dairy coming." I'm like, "Where?" And it's somewhere we can easily get to. I'm like, "I'm still there. Still there in the summer."
Yeah, because the other closest one is Experts Choice.
Yeah, so there.
Yeah,
I will be there.
But yeah, so that's it. I think that's everything we have for today. And as I said, it was the Aryn Show.
I need a theme song.
And it's all good.
Yeah,
all good. We had a great time. Thank you for joining us.
There will probably be a lot of Aryn stuff next time too.
Aryn, it's a lot. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll have finished socks.
That will start to taper off as we get closer to the Frolic, and I start freaking out and having to spend all my time doing that.
Yeah. I'll have finished socks, and I'll be happy to cast on my new pair of socks, so I'll have that. And yeah, I might have to throw something else in there. We'll see.
Just do a quick hat.
I need something else in there to keep me going. I need to have 6 finished objects. That's one of my goals on my CraftT bingo. 6 finished objects by June, into June. That's 6 months, That's 6 months. One a month. That's what I'm doing. So minimum. We'll see. So thank you for joining us, and have yourself a wonderful day, and hope we see you next time. and happy knitting. Bye for now.